Going on? What's going on? I hope all is well. Coach Tyreek here. Happy Monday to all. This live is about those who are dealing with mental blocks with back handsprings. But before I start my live about before I start my live, I'm from Gaithersburg, Maryland, also District Heights, Maryland. So if you're in need of doing some privates, some classes, you can just send me a DM. And I can help you out with those. If you're in need of doing some virtual privates, I do those as well. But aside from that, this video, this live, is about athletes who deal with mental blocks for handsprings, who have the fear for that skill. There is a way to push past that fear and to break it down to pieces so you can then overcome what exactly you're afraid of for the skill. But let me switch the camera around. So here we go. Alright, so the first thing in this video is you're pretty much doing a fast back bend to the floor. I put for reps 15 to 20. It doesn't really matter how many reps you do. All that matters right now is our goal is to pretty much help the athlete understand that doing these drills are very safe and you will not get hurt. So I've had many athletes with mental blocks for hamstrings say, "Oh, I'm gonna hurt my head," or "Oh, if I do this skill, I might die." But they've never one, either come across that that thing happening to them, or two, it has happened to them, but they aren't really focused on their weakness. It could be the jump, it can be upper body strength, or it could be the awareness within the skill. So a lot of athletes tend to skip certain things with skill. They tend to rush the process and go straight to the results. But that's not how I teach my athletes. And I always stress drills, conditioning, so then they can be strong enough for example, a stand back handspring, stand two, back handspring tuck, back handspring full. Whatever the skill may be, I'm always stressing drills and conditioning, because if they do come across a mental block or a fear for a skill, we can then relate back to the drills and we can break things back down to overcome that certain fear. But this video about how I approach this, there's so many ways that you can overcome a certain fear for a skill. This is just one way that has worked. And I have other ways as well, but this is just one way that's been working for me for a while. But yeah, fast back bend to the floor. That's pretty much the first step to this video. You can do it to an 8 count, or you can just start with just, like as before, fast back bend to the floor. Next is a fast back bend, then you're pushing off your toes. This is all about making sure that, one, you can understand that you will not die when your hands go down to the floor. And two, it's about rhythm. When you do a stand back handspring, your hands are going to the floor, and then you're pushing off your toes. Sorry, you're pushing off your toes and your hands go down to the floor. But for this fast back bend to the floor, our goal is to make sure that we're getting a rhythm back for the skill. So with this part right here, pushing off the hands, then feet are fine, but moving more on towards the next step, I would work more on pushing off the toes than the hands, because when you do a stand back handspring, you're pushing through the toes, then your hands hit the floor. So once again, in the video, you see the athlete doing a fast back bend to the floor, pushing off. Her hands hit the floor, and then she's pushing off her toes. I would suggest then adding pushing off the toes and the hands, because then after that, because that's just a rhythm for your back handspring. You push off your toes and you push off your hands. Getting that rhythm back, that's where we're at before. That will definitely help with the fear for the skill. Moving on, we have finishing in a plank or a rebound. So you do your back bend, push off your toes, hit the plank. This is the next step. So make sure that you can master this step, the fast back bend to the floor, and then the fast back bend, then pushing off the toes, and you can push off the hands after that. It's all about rhythm. And if you can get your rhythm back, and if you can understand that as you're doing these things, you will not get hurt, then you're pretty much halfway to getting your back handspring back, or halfway to understanding what exactly you're afraid of doing the skill. From there, you'll push off you'll do a back bend, push off your toes, hit a plank, and then a floaty handspring. I suggest that before you go to the floaty handspring, make sure you're putting in a lot of reps of the fast back bends, the pushing off your toes, and then the fast back bends, pushing off your toes and your hands. If you can solidify those steps, and then do this step, the plank to the back bend to the plank or to the rebound, that would be very good as well. If you can understand exactly what your body is doing throughout these steps, then you can then move on to this step, which is the floaty handspring. And as you're doing these things, find a mat that you've been throwing your skill on for a while. If it's a soft mat, use a soft mat. If it's a tumble track, use a tumble track. If it's a panel mat, use a panel mat. Anything that you've been that you can throw a skill on, then go to that mat or a soft mat. So floaty handsprings, that'll be the next step, and then attempts with a handspring on the soft mat. So this will be the next step after the floaty handspring. Once again, a bunch of reps are needed for the floaty handspring. Make sure that you understand that, okay, you did a fast back bend, and then you pushed off your toes, you're fine. And then you did a fast back bend, you pushed off your toes in your hand, okay, you're fine. You didn't hit your head, you didn't break your neck, none of those things happened. From there, you'll do the fast back bend, then go to the plank. Cool, so we went over, and we're still okay. Right, so once you've realized that you're doing these drills and you're not getting hurt, go to the floaty handspring. Floaty handsprings next. Knock out a bunch of reps. I would do at least 80 to 100 reps. Just doing as much as possible. Just letting your body know that that whatever happened before shouldn't happen again. And we're doing drills for we're doing drills so we won't get hurt if that does come up again. So if we did land on that head the wrong way, okay, cool. Let's go back to this mental block video, or we can work on upper body strength, which would be bridge push-ups, handstand push-ups. Doing those type of things will help us with our upper body strength, and so on. So floaty handspring would be next. After that, attempts with a handspring on a soft mat. Then transferring the skill to the floor. Back handspring on a cheese mat. The reason why I chose a cheese mat is because doing a skill or going down a cheese mat is pretty much giving you the momentum you need, or yes, it's giving you the momentum you need for your back handspring. So if you ever run down a hill, you know that as you start running down the hill, you start to pick up speed. So doing the back handspring on the cheese mat, you will start to pick up a little bit of speed because you're going downhill. So from the soft mat, go down the cheese mat. You'll then go from cheese mat to a panel mat. You'll start on the first box. And then from the first box, you'll then go to the middle box. And then the middle, you'll go to the final box, which is pretty much the floor. So just to go over this video again, for those who are dealing with mental blocks, this is how I pursue the fear of dealing with that type of thing. I'm not saying that doing these things will get you your back handspring overnight, or an hour, half an hour, 20 minutes, or 10 seconds. But if you keep doing these drills over and over again, then you will find the answer that you need for the back handspring. And reps over and over again will help you get past that mental block. And if you lack a certain if there's a certain things you lack within the skill, then record yourself and figure out what exactly that you're lacking for the back handspring. If it's upper body strength, then work on that certain piece. If it's your legs, work on your legs. If it's your core or your glutes, work on that as well. How exactly are you shifting your weight going backwards? And then once you figure out your issue or your problem, you can then start putting pieces together, and you will solve any issue you have within the skill. But that's pretty much it. That's my way of overcoming the fear of a back handspring. And as I said before, there's never one way to do one thing. There's many ways to accomplish your goal. But to find this video, it is on YouTube. So once again, you go on my YouTube channel and find this video if you're dealing with a fear for the skill. But that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Have a nice night. Bye-bye.